She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest. Body so bad when she
You got it yet?
No. But I like that song though.
You don't listen to it outside of here.
I did when we first started.
I'm surprised you don't have it down yet. Anyway, hey y'all.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome back. I am Beautiful.
And I'm Ace.
And we are
Together
real bad.
Real bad. Yeah. How are you?
I'm a little sore. I mean, I'm not as sore as how you said you were this morning.
Man, it was bad this morning.
But I was a little sore waking up. Also, it was freezing at my job today. Like, I don't know what they had the air on, but it was on Antarctica. And when you like are cold and you're older, your joints get stiffer. So it was hard for me to move around.
Yeah.
My back was stiff. I just
all the things.
Yeah.
I get that. All the things. Here's Coda because she's jealous. Jeez.
I don't know why.
Because if we're doing anything besides paying attention to her, it's a jealous issue. How
are you?
I'm good. So the reason we're both sore is we basically played football all weekend. Well, you played a little bit yesterday. I refrained and refused because I was just too sore. Like
you played all day. God dang. Come here, Coda.
So I played. I didn't play all day. I played maybe 4 games in the morning because they were the fives games. So I played maybe like 4 games in the morning, and then I sat all day, literally damn near in the same spot that you left me. And the only reason I moved is because the sun was moving. So I was just moving into the shade. So I was like, I'm gonna just sit here until the end. But it was the Sixes contact that really made me sore. Get her sniffing the mic. It was the Sixes contact that made me like extremely sore. So for people that don't know too much about flag football, there are different formats. There are different formats and different numbers. So you can have a Sixes contact. Is there a Sixes just regular flag? Sevens contact.
I think so.
Air it out, which is like a typically a male quarterback with all female receivers. So there's a bunch of different formats. Well, this one in particular, Sixes contact, was all women. It didn't start until like 9 o'clock because they were a couple hours behind because it rained. And it was basically just me for about I think another 4 games. Yeah, another 4 games. Just having somebody basically run into me to run me over to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had a lot of...
because you were blocking.
Because I was blocking, yeah. So I had a lot of, like, contact, a lot of hand-to-hand combat, if you will, hand-to-chest combat. Just a lot of, like, jolting of the shoulders. And then, like, I was trying to, like, stay low with a low center of gravity because I'm tall and people are short. And just trying to remember everything Coach Sid taught us and Coach Tate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we didn't win a championship. We did go to the championship and we lost in the last 22 seconds, which sucked. But it was a good time. I missed it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
So wait, when I left you after you played Playground, you sat there the entire time until...
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't play another format?
I didn't play any other formats. There was offers. I was like, no, I'm good.
People was like, hey, you want to get in there?
Yeah, I think somebody asked me, like, you want to... I'm like, I think Cam asked me. I was like, no, I'm good.
Wow.
What am I doing? My bro, I'm 43 years old. I can't be playing all day and then to play Sixes contact? No.
You probably would have been good. You're not the average 43-year-old.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel better now, but I didn't feel good yesterday or this morning. Like, everything was like stiff and tight and sore. So that was flag football. It was Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. I can actually get around without, having issues.
We'll get you a massage soon.
Wow. Thank you.
All right. Date night diaries. So last week we went to Millennium Park, and Millennium Park has this musical series called Millennium Park Summer Music Series. So last Thursday they featured a group called Digable Planets, and it was actually entertaining.
Yeah, it was
I've
good.
never heard of this group before.
Me either, and I feel like I probably should, but they were saying there's one song that like
Everybody knows, like they're known for. What is that song?
I don't remember.
Okay,
but
to look it up.
Yeah, but before them there was a group called Mother Nature Bars, I think is what it was called. At least that's their Instagram handle. They were dope too. I really enjoyed their music as well. Like super like hip hop, like very very hip hop.
It seemed like a little not old school. It was like mixed with like
it was definitely a newer like new school, if you will, hip hop, which was good. I really enjoyed it. I would probably like go to a concert of theirs. I want to check out their music on iTunes and kind of see what it do. So Coda, Jesus.
All right, you better get put down. You gotta sit.
She hasn't made an appearance on the show since she was a baby.
Is that true?
Yeah. Just let her do it. Just let her be. What is she gonna do? She just want to sniff stuff.
That's what she gonna do.
It's cute.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Anyhow, yep. Digable Planets, Mother Nature Bars, I think is their Instagram. Really good. Had a good time. We went out with.
Look at this. Sit
We
down.
went out. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We went out with a mutual couple that we have been hanging out with. Like super cool, super dope. Day is 53. PJ is 58, which is crazy because neither of them are giving their age at all. They're both give like 5 to 10 years younger. They're just really good people, and they have a group of friends that they went with, and everybody just had a good time. Just sat around on the lawn. A free event. Parking was like $12 for me.
Shut up! I knew you was gonna say some shit.
And parking was $12 for me, so it was like, and I stopped and got a sushi, so that was like the most expensive thing that we had to pay for. So good time. And we might be going back this Thursday. They said something about another like Jamaican group that was out there.
Oh yeah, reggae group.
Yeah, reggae group. So we'll see. If so, I'm here for it because I did have a good time. It was just relaxing, and it was actually a little chilly, which was disappointing, but it was still good.
Yeah. This baby is laying.
Let her lay, girl.
But I'm holding up her feet.
Okay, just let her lay.
Okay.
She comfy.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'll move this a little bit
There
closer.
we go. Yes, I can hear you. It's probably because it's cold.
Probably.
Okay. Up.
Lay down.
She's trying to transition.
Stay.
You are really interrupting us, Coda.
You
like
are.
for real. Okay. Well. Anyhow, how did you live out loud this week?
We're not finished.
Oh, we just started. Oh, Honey Bear, I'm sorry.
Just be skipping stuff.
I mean, I'm just trying to move it forward to get to the stuffed cabbage you about to make.
So we went to Honey Bear Cafe for brunch. It is not Black owned, which I thought it was at first, but it is woman owned, and it was actually very tasty.
Very good.
Very good. I would definitely go back.
Yeah, we'll be back for sure.
I had the wild something skillet is with like ham, sausage. I believe it was some bacon in there. Canadian bacon, I think it was actually. Onions, peppers. Of course, you got the potatoes at the bottom, and then a mixture of cheeses, and then I got egg whites on top. It was fire. And then
Potatoes
I got the French.
are probably like the best potatoes I've ever had. Like no cap.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But it was a very good portion, very tasty, flavorful. I got the French toast on the side, which I ate today for breakfast.
Oh, you did? You finished it?
I finished all my food, and I think we had a bet.
No, we're even because you owed me $1, so we good.
Okay. I'm just saying. I just want to say that
we did.
I won.
Yeah. Okay.
I won that bet.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's what I had, and then I also had a s'mores. I had a s'mores latte with oat milk, and it was very tasty as well. What did you have?
So I had the chorizo omelet. I'm in love with chorizo omelets.
That is her favorite sausage.
It's chorizo with the egg, and then they put jalapeno in it, and then they put mozzarella in it. They put onions in it. No,
Not a
thank you.
fan.
And then they had like this chorizo gravy, which I never had before, and I'm not a big gravy fan, so I was like, but it was actually really good with avocado and sour cream. So, yeah, just deliciousness, and I feel like we would definitely go back. So, pay attention.
I am paying attention.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
I was finished.
Okay,
All
good.
right.
Well, that is our date night diaries. The next segment is living out loud, and boy, do I have an update for you.
Do you?
I mean, it's not sure.
Oh, I already know about it.
Yeah.
Though. Okay.
So, what I did to live out loud recently was, me and Ace have been having the conversation of like, all right, so like, what are the next steps to, us getting engaged and all that comes with that. And her biggest thing right now is, I got to meet your parents. Mm-hmm. And I thought that the hard part was over. And I still do. I still think it is over. Yeah. But I didn't think that this part would be difficult as well. Not as difficult, but difficult as well, because I felt like the pressure was put back on me after I had already released the pressure of having to tell them.
Yeah.
Released the pressure of having to come out to my parents. Mm-hmm. And so I had a little bit of anxiety having to, again, bring up the conversation after the dust had already settled and everybody is good. So, ma'am.
Girl, where are you going? Coda.
I'm sorry, y'all.
You want to put her down? Let's see if she...
Hey. Chill out.
Y'all should see this baby.
Is this on Patreon?
No, it's on YouTube.
Good, then y'all will see it.
Okay. Continue. You cannot be that far away from the mic. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Is it good?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, I felt like the pressure was put back on me. So I had a little bit of anxiety having to tell my parents that my partner is ready to meet them. And so I finally mustered up the courage to text my mom, because when we had the conversation of me coming out, we did mention like we want to keep in touch more and talk throughout the week, and not letting so much time pass us before we talk again. And so I text her saying that, looking to have an open line of communication with her and all the things. And so we were talking about like random things like her traveling, also about, her dating life and her birthday coming up. And she mentioned that for her birthday, she wanted us to come over and have cake and ice cream with her, and also meet the guy that she's been dating and traveling back and forth to, seeing. And I was like, oh, okay, that's great. I can't wait to meet him. I asked her about the kind of cake that she wanted, where did she want it from, because usually it's like a quote unquote, it's a family tradition, if you will, to get our cakes from Calumet Bakery out in the south suburbs. So I asked her about that, like, did she want the same thing or did she want to do something different? Because there is another bakery that she really loved when I was growing up too, called Ace Bakery. I'm not even sure if they're
interesting. Yeah.
I'm not even sure if they're still in business or not, but I just wanted to see if she wanted to do something different. And then at the end of that, I was like, actually, I'll read what I said. I just have to pull it up really quick, because I know I don't hide nothing from y'all when it comes to this subject of me dealing with my parents and coming out and stuff. So I said, can't wait to meet him. I'll be looking out for that text. You want cake from Calumet Bakery or something different? I'd like for you to meet Christy soon, ... When you're ready. She is really eager to meet you and my dad. And
And when
I
did you
sent
send
that on 7-11.
That was that. Are you sure that was that long ago? Today's the 21st.
Baby.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, okay. I didn't think it was that long
July
ago.
11th.
And you haven't said anything, or you don't plan to
I
say
have
anything?
not
Or
received a text message back from my mom.
is that was that on a group text?
No.
Okay.
Of course it wasn't on a group text. It was between me and my mom.
So what do you think you're gonna do, if anything?
I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my therapist tomorrow about it.
Oh, that's smart. That makes sense.
I don't really have. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not in a hurry to text her back.
Okay.
Because that causes me more anxiety, like rushing an answer out of her. Like I feel like I did my part. Like at least you can do is respond.
Because it could be no, and that's okay. Just respond.
Right.
Kind of thing. Okay.
Right. So that's where we are with that.
Okay. Well,
I have not sent a message to my dad about you meeting him, but I did invite him to stay at our place in the future if he wanted to.
Well, hopefully he'll take you up on that offer if we have room, because
Yeah.
I feel like it only makes sense. When you were growing up, did people, this is kind of a...
Did family stay at our house?
Yeah.
When they come in town? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we have a big house, so like we had a decent sized home growing up, so we definitely had cousins and aunties that would come up from Mississippi or Alabama.
Same.
And they would stay at our crib, and it was a great time too. It would be a house full of people.
Mm-hmm.
Our childhood home had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, 5 bedrooms. So we could fit a lot of people, plus a family room that we would, blow up a, air mattress and everything. So yeah, we had the room. So yeah, family would come and spend the night.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
But I don't think my dad definitely didn't experience that with us, because that's our home that we had with my mom and my stepdad.
Yeah.
Not with my father, my biological father.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, to be continued then.
Yep. Keep y'all posted on that.
All right. Pop culture.
Unfortunately, I opened my social media this morning and saw that Malcolm Jamal Warner has passed.
It's crazy. He's only 54. So crazy.
He was supposed to be turning 55 this year. So it was really, really sad to see. I know that I loved him growing up. Mm-hmm. Like watching him on the screen and just enjoying his acting and his talent. And I was really just shocked to see the news.
Yeah, I was too, because I guess I didn't get on social media like that this morning because I was doing a bunch of stuff, but I get these like updates from Ricky Smiley whenever people pass, and so I go, and it was like
wait, let's back up.
He had a radio show, and so he sends out like updates because he has a radio show, and when people pass, I know, I saw that on the couch, just ignore it. And I was like, oh my god, is it Felicia Rashad? Because I love Felicia Rashad, and I opened it and it's him, and I'm like, dang,
what made you think it was Felicia Rashad?
Because she's older. I mean, like,
they said somebody from the Cosby Show.
Yeah, they didn't have.
I'm sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah, they didn't have any specifics in the text. Of course, they want you to open it, so they don't have any specifics in there because it takes you to their website and all that. And I was like, man, that is messed up. But I didn't go any further to find out any like how he died, and then I just found out later. But prayers to him and his family, because that sucks. Oh Lord. Okay, go ahead. Dogs are fighting. Don't worry about it. Queer Ultimatum Reunion. All the only thing I gotta say is, what's your name?
Maria.
Salty as hell and bitter. Come back into the frame, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Maria is a fucking piece of work.
Bro, like, what?
I couldn't believe, and then had the nerve to like say, for those who haven't seen it, Maria was in a relationship with Mel, and they ultimately decided to, spoiler alert, not get engaged, They broke up. They don't have really anything to do with each other. But she walked in there like super salty as hell, like not wanting to even be there, but being there because she didn't want to get fined. Like, that was given that kind of attitude. So I just, I think that during the show, I feel like I felt for her more because she was the one who was the ultimatum giver.
Yeah.
And Mel was the receiver. And I was seeing her side on how things played out in their relationship leading up to the point. And then even during the entire show, and how Mel was doing her while Mel was in her trial marriage with Dana. So I felt for her a lot. I really, truly did. And then she got to the reunion and showed her ass, like
her whole ass. Because why do you have it? Like, she walked in with attitude.
Yeah.
Why? Like, you could just see it on her person. Like, she had an attitude, and people were trying to tell her, like, you have an attitude. She's like, no, I'm not.
I'm just talking. I'm having a conversation. That's what we're supposed to be doing, having a conversation, right? Like, just being very, very like
terrible.
Ugh. So yeah, don't like her. Marita said some mean things to what's her name?
You know, I do not know people's names.
God damn. Maybe her name was Haley. I could be wrong. I can't think of, because again, if you guys listen to the other show, with the other episode, there was one episode we were talking about Queer Ultimatum, and I was going through the list of a post that someone released, and it was their ranking of each of the cast members of this season, and she was one of the ones that was not memorable to me. So that's why I don't really remember her name. However, Maria was very mean to her. The girl said her grandfather was literally dying, and she said she didn't care,
which is like
crazy.
Yeah, but you know, hurt people. So
yeah,
that's what that's about.
But I don't really have much more to say about Queer Ultimatum. I did not like this season. I did not like. Really? No, I didn't really like this season. Okay. Well, you know, I love Yoli.
Yes, I know.
So she was my favorite, and yeah, I didn't like this season that much. Another thing too is that AJ gave the host, I can't even think of her name, but all I remember her is Reba, and I actually really like her. However, everybody should be given their flowers, especially when they're doing a good job. And I feel like she does a good job on the show as being the host. However, I feel like this is a thing that I feel like should be for us by us.
Yeah, I agree.
And it would be nicer to see and have a host that can relate to the women on the couch.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like having a straight couple with somebody that's gay host a show. Like, I don't feel like that would ever happen. So why did it happen in this instance? I don't know. And they were sticking up for her, so to speak, I guess, at the reunion show. And it's no knock against her. It just seems like you would want to have someone who has experienced some things with other women or other like sexes. And so that's where I was kind of lost with it. She did a great job. She's very empathetic and she's an ally and all that. But it's just like, I
can't even see if what's her name? Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey. Were the host of Queer Ultimatum, because I feel like they're within the same.
Did they not host the first one?
Did they really? You know what? Not Queer Ultimatum, the Ultimatum.
Oh yeah, okay.
See, so I could see if they went over to the other side to Queer Ultimatum and decided to host that, but that didn't even happen. So, and not because they're also allies or they're empathetic or anything like that. Just the fact that they're a straight couple. They don't even have a couple. They have a woman, just one singular woman, not even with her husband or anything, doing this hosting of a queer relationship
show.
Yeah.
So that's that. Okay, for our Black-owned business highlight, the name of this business is a food truck. It's called Straight Up Bussin'. Chef Grady is actually someone who plays in the football league that we play in. It's called A2, and his food is good. I like it. He has the things that he has at our field is like baked salmon with rice with vegetables, chicken, steak. Like it seems like leaner cuts of all of these things, and so really really good. Feels very healthy when you eat it, and it's flavorful. In my opinion. So you can find him, and I believe his wife helps him out too. It's STR8 and then underscore upbussin, BUSSIN on Instagram. I didn't see a website, but I'm sure you can find him at any food truck or food truck festivals in the Chicagoland area. Lastly, for the first portion of this, I want to give a shout out to, we mentioned them earlier, Day and PJ. Day and PJ they're super, super, super cool. We are building like a relationship with them. So we've been hanging out with them and they've been helping us with things and we've been helping them with things, and really, really cool. They had a whole lot of followers on TikTok, and then she said that people's got her. And so she had to start from scratch. But two things, they are starting a podcast, which they actually just texted us and sent us the link for. It's called Two Dope Grandmas, and they are basically Gen X women, and they're known for their candid and unfiltered opinions. Day is from the NYC, and she talked like it too. She got an accent. I can't even do the accent, but she definitely talked like it, like she's from New York.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty
She
good.
probably wouldn't think so.
No,
but
probably not. And then PJ is from Chicago. And we've just been kicking it with them, hanging out with them. So please go follow and support their podcast, Two Dope Ass Grandmas, excuse me. They're talking about everything from cannabis use to relationships to pop culture to politics. It just runs the gamut of podcast topics. So we definitely wish them well in that. And then the second thing that they provided us with, they like us seem to be pretty fairly open in a lot of ways and giving us a lot of information. They are attend therapy, and they gave us this 4 horsemen and their antidotes. So in relationships over time, harmful behaviors like the 4 horsemen could show up, and this is like criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. And ways to fix that are gentle startup, take responsibility, share fondness and admiration, and use self-soothing. And I wanted to just share that with everyone. There's also 6 hours to a better relationship that they share with us. So I'm going to try and link that in the show notes somehow. I don't know how yet because I think it has to be a link. But I just think that these are really, really helpful tools for people who are going through things in their relationship to try and fix their relationship. It is not a substitute for therapy, but it is something that you can work on. So there's that. On to the main topic so we can get this cabbage. And by cabbage, I do not mean money. I mean literally stuffed cabbage. The main topic of this episode, which I have yet to name, but basically we are going to talk about how your communication style growing up with your family, or how your family's communication style was and is, affects how you communicate in your romantic relationships and in your platonic or everyday relationships. And so what made me think about this is that you said last time we recorded that your family's communication wasn't the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
When you say that, what do you mean?
So basically what I mean by my family's communication not being the greatest is, one, we adapt the avoidant communicator style. I don't know if that's the correct term for it.
This probably is.
But I know avoidant is in there.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about the hard stuff all the time. Sometimes we walk on eggshells when it comes to certain topics or things, especially if like we're in the same space and there's like tension in the house. Like we avoid talking about it. When it comes to like parents, it's hard to what do I want to say? It's hard to create a relationship as an adult with our parents. At least I'm finding this on my end. I can't speak for my sisters. It's hard to create a relationship with my parents because I don't know how to speak to them as an adult and not feel like I'm disrespecting them as I would have felt like if I was a child.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But that part about like not knowing how to speak with them, I kind of feel like that too. When I think about talking to my mom about things, and my dad is deceased, so obviously I can't talk to him. But when I think about talking to my mom about things, like I don't want to have like conversations like that either. Like I want our conversations to be very light and very friendly and just kind of like a keeping her company kind of conversation, because she is older, she lives by herself, and so she may not get a lot of that conversation. And so she probably looks forward to talking on the phone to me and whomever else calls. I feel like it isn't really avoidant anymore. Like I more so can talk to my mom about everything except like art, like sexuality and all that, like openly and freely. The sexuality part of it, like I came out to her, I think probably like 15 or 20 years ago now. She still says, I can't believe you're gay. And it's very hard for her.
She still says it?
I mean, she said that probably last year sometime.
Really?
It was via text. We were just talking, and
she literally said, I still can't believe you're gay.
And it's I think it's more so not to bring it up for me, not to bring it up and throw it in her face, because which is why we don't, I think, talk more about it. I think it's an uncomfortable conversation for her, and it's not a comfortable conversation for me either. However,
I'm so sorry, keep going.
However, I feel like it shouldn't be like that. So there is some avoidance there, but like in our relationship, like we just don't explore that section of my life, and she doesn't really ask. Like she'll ask how you are, or she'll say, like, tell Kim I said hi or whatever, and that's just it's cordial, and I appreciate that. But much of anything else is really don't talk about it.
So what was your response to that? Did you just let that go?
I didn't. There was really nothing for me to say to it.
She just said out of the blue, I still can't believe you're gay.
No, we were talking about something.
Did you see the news today? Like, what were y'all talking about? I was just trying to figure out how like this came up.
I think we were talking about like visiting again and you coming or something like that. And so in conversation, it just kind of came up with it. I guess she just has a heart. She just struggles with it. And I mean, I guess I get it because she's older. She's from a completely different world. She was born in 1948. That wasn't a thing back then, and if it was secretive. So it's just hard for her to accept it. So we definitely are avoiding in that area for sure.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
That she said that, or doesn't accept? Yeah.
No, that she said that. I mean, because when I come around, like I don't get that energy from her at all.
No, she would never. And it was via text, and so it could have there was no context, or there was no tonal context around it. It could just be like, I just still can't believe you're gay, or it could be like, I can't believe you. You just don't know.
Yeah.
So we definitely avoid that.
Can I put you down now? Or you gonna do this?
Just let her stay there. So yeah, that's interesting. One thing that I hated to hear when I was younger was, whatever happens in this house stays in this house. I hated that because I always felt like it stopped you from expressing anything or any kind of emotion. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So
like if I wanted to, vent to my best friend or talk about some stuff that was going on, like how do you grow, you keep all that in and you grow up with it and you never talk about it, and now you have issues on the back end, no matter what it is, like big or small. So I can't talk about, something traumatic that happened to my mom years ago. Like, and I get it more so now, but I needed to talk to somebody about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now I'm in high school trying to deal with everything that goes on in high school. And
you got this burden of this news.
Yes. And so is that something that you had in your house?
No, we didn't have a what happens in this house stays in this house type of thing. But I we were pretty open. Well, I won't say we were pretty open. I can't even, because my childhood was school, gymnastics, sleep,
repeat,
eat,
rinse and repeat,
and do it again. So I was pretty oblivious to a lot of things. However, I will say my mom, throughout my childhood, has been married twice. Total, she's been married 4 times, I think.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Definitely 3 for sure, but 4, I believe, is the actual number. And one thing that I admired about my mom is, which I don't think she should have done, but we never knew when my parents would fight. We never heard it. We never saw it. Didn't even know what was going on. It wasn't physical fights. It was verbal. And we never heard them argue. And that was one of the things that I admired about my mom, is that she was able to keep that under wraps or shield us from seeing that side of their relationship until we got older and she told us about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for her to keep that in and keep that to herself wasn't healthy for her, I'm sure.
I don't think so.
I don't know if she was talking to anybody. I doubt it.
That wasn't the case in my house. I used to want them to, I used to not want to see it, but because I hated to see my parents fighting. They would like verbally fight. There was no like fist throwing or anything like that, but they would verbally fight about things. And I would just be sitting there like, because I'm non-confrontational. I don't want to hear conflict. I don't want to see it. I want to deal with it. Back then, I'm a little bit better at it now. But back then I just didn't want anything to do with it. And I feel two kinds of ways about it. I feel like, okay, it's good to a degree to see that, because not that you should imitate what you see, but you should feel okay verbalizing things that are hard, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be yelling and screaming. And they would yell and scream to an extent. It wasn't like crazy, but it was definitely a raise of voice, right? But on the flip side of that, like how I was feeling, I'm feeling like, why are y'all doing this in front of me? Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to hear this, And so I feel like because they did argue that way, for me, before you, it was like, I didn't really argue, but then it got to the point where I would boil over and I would be going back and forth with her. You know what I'm saying?
With your ex, not your mom.
Correct. Yes. I'm sorry, with my ex. And so, I feel like fighting styles or seeing different quote unquote fighting styles in a relationship are important. It also allows you to decide what you're comfortable with and maybe what works and what doesn't work. Screaming and yelling ain't going to work. It is an option. To me, it's not going to work. But it's an option, right? You can communicate like that, but it also gives you, again, the option not to communicate like that when you're older, because you see it you don't like it or it doesn't work.
Yeah, I wish, I didn't want to see my parents argue or go back and forth or anything like that. I didn't have that desire. Didn't even know what that looked like when with my mom, I'll say, and my whoever she was with at the time, whether it was my dad or stepdad. However, I did see what that looks like with my dad when he got remarried to my stepmom. Not when he got remarried, when he got married to my stepmom. They used to fight, not physically, but verbally, to the point like we were in the middle a lot. I remember this one time I'll never forget. My stepmom had me, my sister Kelly, Chanel in the car, and we were chasing my dad around the city of Chicago, like
that's a little
like following him up behind him, like blocking him out of places, like from parking.
Wow.
Eventually my dad pulled up to
the police station.
No, to the pastor's house, the pastor of our church's house, which was like down the street from our house at the time. We lived off of 35th and Prairie. And he got out. I remember us going in. I think they were like yelling outside. All the things. Just it wasn't a good look. It was actually very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Also dangerous because my stepmom, she, you know. So we did see that from my dad and my stepmom, but we never saw that from my actual mom and my biological mom, and anybody that she was with. Later on, my stepmom and my mom became friends, and my mom would actually kind of help my stepmom through some of the struggles, like I guess just being an ear for her, and listening to her. Yeah, for sure. And to this day, they'll sit up and talk if they had the time, which I love. But yeah, so I got to see it. I got to see different styles of arguing, I guess, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
In those two relationships. But when it comes to like voicing your opinion, like how you brought up, I don't think that wasn't a thing like in our house for real. It's like whatever my mom would say, she would go. Like my mom ran the house. So I think as an adult now, like trying to figure out what to say to my mom, how do I say it, stems from not being able to, you know, speak freely in front of her. Yeah. Like I would have loved to have the type of mom that I wasn't looking for a soft parenting or gentle parenting. I don't think that existed back then. Right. But just a form of that, so to speak, in a way that, you know, I didn't feel like if I came to my mom with an issue or something like that, I would get in trouble. Yeah. Or yelled at for telling her something, you know. I think that's kind of why, like, sometimes I deal with her with the way that I deal with her, like bringing news to her. I just blurt it out because that's the easiest way to do it. Just say it, and then just reap the repercussions after. That's why I feel like I can't come to her about certain things. That's why it was harder to come out to her. It's harder to text her about you guys meeting or are you wanting to meet her. I shouldn't have anxiety about that. I shouldn't have anxiety talking to my mom. Like not envy because I don't really envy anybody, but I see other people's relationships with their mom and I get like, jealous.
Why can't we?
Like why don't I have that? I wish my mom was my best friend. Yeah. And it could have been that way, but our relationship and the way that she raised us didn't allow for it to be that way.
Which brings me to the question of why do we think it seems that, and maybe this is what's portrayed on TV, but I feel like, especially having gone to a school that was predominantly white and worked with white people, and we have white people on our team and all the things. Why do we think that perceivably Caucasian people have a better relationship or a closer relationship, or they find it easier to talk to their parents? Like, I mean, Queer Ultimatum, for an example, their parents, some of the either grandparents or parents came on the show and they were very receptive.
Oh my God.
And then also, which is crazy, no, it's not crazy, but when we were playing football on Saturday, they call her Steph, and Gabby. Gabby's parents came to watch Steph play. Like, that's like the most thoughtful thing ever. They're married and clearly their parents accept them, but why does the Black community have such a hard time accepting certain things? Like, I always feel like if the Black community accepts you, like if you accept us, we accept you when it comes to outside races and stuff. But we have a hard time accepting within our community people that are gay or people that have, I don't even know. I just know gay because I see it all up and down my timeline. Some people are talking about, gay men and gay women, and that's why we can't find no men. It's just, stuff like that. So, like, why is the communication within our own people so bad? Like, why? And why is the acceptance so bad? I'm not expecting you to answer it. You might have a theory, but I don't get it.
I don't know. I think um if I had to guess, like back in the day, like during the slave times, we had to keep things on the hush anyway. There was a lot of secrets going around as far as, you know, the way we communicated with each other, the way that we communicated with people who were allies or supporters or, you know, helping with the Underground Railroad. There were so many secrets in that. And having to use communication in a way, or the secretive part of communication in a way for survival.
That's for sure. Singing psalms and songs and shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I feel like it kind of possibly stems from that.
Yeah, it's a good hypothesis. For sure. I can see where those two things connect. Let's do two more. So do you think the communication style of your family overall, and I mean between you and your sisters, because, you know, sometimes I'm like, hey, you know, call them, talk to them more, between you and your sisters and you and your parents, bears any weight or has anything good or bad to do with how we communicate in our relationship? Like, do you feel like what you've learned or unlearned has seeped into our relationship for the good or the bad?
No, I don't think so, outside of you like being on me about like calling my sisters and stuff like that. I don't, like, me and my sisters were close growing up. Me, Kelly and Chanel were pretty close growing up. So and I think we grew apart as we got older, just growing into our adulthood and into the people that we present today, that we present as today. I can say, though, my relationship has changed with them a little bit. Partially, I could say this about Kelly for sure. Kelly is my twin, for those who don't know. And we're not like the typical twins. I feel like a lot of twins are much closer than we are together. And here's my reason why we are not. One, Kelly is a completely different person than I am. And she grew into adulthood in the South. So she went to school out in Mississippi. And I would say Kelly is like the sweet Southern gal that you would expect to run into if you were in the South. Like, she just has that about her because she grew into adulthood there. I, however, grew up in the city as an adult, going to UIC. So
going to the club.
Kelly, I mean, I'm sure Kelly went out and everything too,
Sure
but
did.
yeah, no, I was out. So I feel like that's part of it. We don't have as much in common as we used to when we were younger. So when we got back together, it was like relearning each other. On top of the fact that I have this sexuality that she's not used to being around and seeing.
Not drove a wedge, that's harsh, but do you think that contributed to your like distance kind of?
I do, because that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Kelly is also pretty religious. And not religious in like the bad Bible thumping way, but she is into her faith. And I love that for her. But I feel like I can't come to her about certain things or like be fully open with her about my sexuality and my...
Oh my God.
Hey. No. Yeah, I have to go get him.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't feel like I can be completely open with her about my relationship with you, even though she's been around you. She's come over for dinner. She's worked with you. You've put her on projects and brought her on to making some money, all the things. But I don't think that I would sit down and like talk to her about our relationship with her because of her faith. I feel like it might be a little bit disrespectful to her, or it might be awkward for her to even have to hear any of that. And she's never gave me a reason to think that. She's never given me a reason to think this about her. This is just my assumption of how I guess walking on eggshells around the subject with her.
You've never thought about like just taking her out and just having the conversation with her, telling her how you feel? Like, sister, like I'd be wanting to talk to you about, you know, things that are going on in our relationship, whether they are honestly sexual or whether they're emotional based or whatever they are. But I don't want to offend you or make you feel any kind of way. Is that something I can come to you with? If it is, great. If it's not, it's okay, and I'm not going to feel any kind of way.
So that would be a part of the communication that we don't have.
So
like talking about the hard stuff. That's something that I should, like, that's a conversation that I should have with her if I am seeking to have that type of relationship with her, that closeness with her again, which for sure I would love that.
Is that what's holding you back, you think, from being closer with her than you were?
No, I think it's a two-way street. I think Kelly is also a little secretive about her life and what she has going on. And it could be because she's just so busy and she, you know, has a lot going on that she doesn't talk about. We never really talked about our relationships with each other.
So aside from,
right? Aside from, like, I was always the one to bring whoever I was dating home because you had to get along with my family. Otherwise, we couldn't be together.
Right.
And I was always that person. And I was, again, I said this before, and I'll say it again, I used to move on very fast. So if I was done with you and it was time for the next man up, if you if we were where we needed to be in our relationship, I would bring you around my family, and they were like, "Oh, who is this?" And, you know, it would be somebody new.
Yeah.
But that was just me. That's how I was as a person in a relationship, bringing my person to the family. And I wish I was able to do that with you. I mean, I kind of was with my sisters.
Yeah, your sisters were like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we like her. Yeah.
And also, too, I think, you know, having Ariel was also a little bit of a buffer, too. Yeah. So.
Well, I encourage you, if you feel so inclined, to text her and just be like, Kelly, I'm just going to have a hard text conversation with you. And just see where she said, because having sisters is such a blessing. I don't have any brothers or sisters. I had a half sister. She passed away. So when I have to deal with things like in my immediate family, like with my mom and my dad and all that, it's just me. And I wish I had brothers and sisters to like talk to and hang out with and keep in contact with, but I don't have that. So I definitely encourage you to try and like reconnect with, especially Kelly. Destiny is easy. Destiny will call and check on you.
Yeah. Or you would call her. I came home one day and
we be having a good old chat, boy.
Ace is in the bed just talking to my sister.
I told you that's my favorite sister, so expect me to talk to her.
Not on the air. You put that out there.
I already put that out there. They don't listen to it.
Okay.
I love all of them, but Destiny is my favorite. I mean, I love them all. But me and Destiny have a kiki. We be sending the memes.
I'll be ignoring y'all. I need to get out that proposal chat because I can't keep up. Y'all be talking about too much or sharing too much, and it's overwhelming for me, so I don't even go and look.
Okay. But yeah, we just be sharing memes and talking. But that's but it's also her personality. She's very open and easy to get along with. So and it's magnetic to a degree, you know. So that's when people are open and easy to get along with, like, I can get along with them. I can get along with anybody, but it's just easy. And I know she won't look at me sideways for texting her or calling her just to talk. You know? So, but yes.
Same question to you, like, has the communication with your family bled into our relationship? Because I know, like, when you first came out to your parents, your mom said I wouldn't tell your dad's side of the family. And I don't know how that made you feel. We never really talked about how that made you feel or how you navigate that side of the family.
Yeah, I don't. Like, it used to be that they would be at when you get married. That was the biggest question that everybody was asking me. And I stopped coming around because of that. They probably don't know that, but I did. I didn't want to answer that question no more. Like, we would have family reunions every May. I used to come down there all the time. And every May when you getting married? When you getting married? This
So
is my
that's why
great
you
aunt and my
didn't
great
want to
uncle.
go to the family reunion?
On my dad's side,
Oh.
my mom's side, I think probably everybody knows on my mom's side.
Mm.
At least I know all my cousins know. And I don't know if my aunts know, but probably. But I don't. My mom's side of the family is more accepting, believe it or not. And so it was my dad's side because they're all preachers and are heavy and deep into the church and all that. But like my great uncle and my great aunt, with two of them, and then the one that married into the family, my great uncle, they've since passed. But every time I see them, and I'm like, I don't want to answer this question every single time I see them. You're just assuming that I'm gonna get married to a man. Don't fucking assume, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not fair. So I stopped coming around. And I think I mean I kind of hate it that I did because I my cousins are cool. I like my cousins, and it's crazy because a lot of my cousins that we're around the same age, they got kids that's grown. I've never met them because I've never went back down there. So I wish I could be open. I mean, I probably can, but I just, again, now if I'm open to them, now I'm having to field all these questions about why you're not married to a man, what happened, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the South. People may or may not judge, and they I feel like they did live by a different creed than we do here in the North. But yeah, that's how I feel. And in terms of communication styles, sometimes I need a second to like get thoughts and everything together, and it can appear that I'm ignoring you or giving you the cold shoulder, but that's kind of what I saw when I was growing up. Like when my parents didn't talk, like they didn't talk at all. Like my mom would sit at the back table and watch TV away from my dad, and my dad would be sitting in the chair up front, and they wouldn't talk for like 3 or 4 days, and then one day I just come back.
3 or 4 days.
Well, I remember one time my mom went on strike. I don't remember what happened. She stopped cooking, she stopped cleaning, she stopped doing laundry, all the things. So, I'm around there. I'm trying to do the laundry, and I don't know if I cook, but just keep it together. But dad must have said something out of pocket and didn't appreciate everything that she was doing. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna show you. And yeah, they didn't talk for a while. Now, I don't know if they slept in separate beds or what, because I'm sure I was going to sleep before, they were, kind of thing. But yeah, I remember that very, very vividly.
That
like,
is hilarious. And
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Just like, I mean, not that I'm not surprised, but just knowing your mom's personality and how she be talking about people when we're down there to visit, I can imagine her having that. And she a Gemini too?
Yeah, she is a Gemini.
Oh,
right
man.
along with me. And then my dad was a Cancer.
Oh, sweet, sweet dad. Was he sweet? Like, was he like?
My dad was an interesting character. He could be. As I got older, like me and my dad used to not get along. Like we did, but we didn't. And he would like yell and scream about certain things. When I got older, there was nothing else to yell and scream about because I was grown. And when we got grown, that's when we were closer than when I was a kid. Like he would play basketball with me outside. We would go fishing together when we would be in Mississippi before they moved down there. We did those types of things. And then that was kind of our time to talk a little bit, but we didn't talk in depth about much of anything. I remember saying to him once, like, I think he was so happy that I was into girls.
Yeah.
I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because whenever dudes would come around, he'd be stone cold killer face. And yeah, he was not about that life with people being around his daughter. And I don't know if it was because my sister was murdered by her ex-boyfriend. I don't know if it was that, or he just didn't like other dudes around. Like it was not nothing. So I remember a conversation we had. I said something like, yeah, that's why I told her, so we could try and be closer or something. He was like, yeah, right. Yeah. He was in total agreement. And I brought that up to him, and he didn't even blink. You know what I'm saying? About speaking about being with a woman and and I told my mom or something, so that we can kind of be closer, because we weren't as close when I was younger. There's a lot of things that I was like, oh, why you do this and why you do that? A lot of things, like I didn't get a bunch of hugs and kisses when I was younger. I didn't get a bunch of I love you and I'm proud of you. I didn't get those verbal confirmations. And now I just understand that it wasn't that they didn't think that. It's just they didn't know how to show it because they didn't get that they were young when they were younger. My mom grew up with like 10 kids. Everybody can't get a hug. Ain't no hugs and kisses. You get out there on the land and pick that damn cotton, and you come in here and take your ass to school. Like, it was that kind of, it was a harsher environment. So they didn't know how to show that towards me. And it took me a long time to learn how to be intimate and learn how to be touchy-feely and all those things, because that was not anything that I was comfortable with.
Which is crazy, y'all, because
yeah, girl.
I was gonna say she's a leech, like just be clean on to you, but that sounds like a really bad
yes,
bad word to you. So I'm not gonna say leech,
okay.
but my baby over here is clingy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
as hell.
like how I like them. but but that is actually pretty interesting that you had that relationship with your dad. Like he, you know, felt that way about you with your relationship with women.
Yeah. I mean, and my mom used to tell me, girl, your daddy crazy about you. I didn't think he was. And then out of the blue one day, I think I told you, this lady that he used to work with contacted me like, hey, are you Billy Ramsey's daughter? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, okay, I was trying to get a hold of him. I said, he passed in 2018. And she said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I said, yeah. And then she was saying, I was trying to get a hold of him to tell him about somebody that had passed that they worked with. And then she was just like, he just used to talk about you all the time. He was just so proud of you. I was like, was he? Because he never told me that.
Yeah.
Even though I kind of knew he was, but it was nothing that he ever verbalized. And so that was a moment for me, like, dang, okay. Good.
Which is another crazy thing. Like the way that you get off the phone with your mom or how you leave your mom, you don't say I love you. You don't give hugs and stuff. I mean, unless like we're leaving Mississippi or whatever. Right. I think you might give her one hug and that'll be the only hug that you give her our entire week that we're down there. Yeah. I didn't grow up like that. We say I love you. Like me and my sisters embrace. I was the one actually that didn't really want to give the hugs.
And I'm like that now with people. I'm not a big hugger because it's awkward for me. Like you hugged Day and PJ today. I didn't hug them when I got there.
Oh yeah, I'm a hugger.
See, and I'm not. And I attribute that to how I grew up. We didn't give hugs and kisses. And people probably think I'm standoffish, and I'm not. I will. If people come towards me, I'll be like, okay, but it's a little awkward. Like, do I initiate? Are they comfortable? Like, I'll be thinking all those things because it's uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
So.
And I get great hugs too. I like hug and then I like squeeze in and I hold it for a second to let you know I'm there. And I'm not talking about our hugs. I'm talking about hugs with other people. Like sometimes, you got different hugs. You got like the church pat. You got the diagonal hug that you give people. You get the over the top hug that you give your significant other.
Yeah.
But like when I give people hugs, like I hug them and then I squeeze and I hold them for a second. Yeah. I might even do this if like I haven't seen them in a while, like rub their back or whatever. I give the best hugs, I feel.
Yeah,
and
give good hugs.
Thanks. And I feel like people appreciate that.
They say you're supposed to hug like 8 times a day.
I give my kids hugs.
That's good because some kids probably need a hug. They probably ain't getting them at the crib.
So I was at the computer today doing some stuff, and I have a girl in the summer camp that we're teaching whose little brother I had in Parent Tot, and then I moved him up to Twinkle Stars after he turned 3 years old. And every time he sees me, like he just like lights up
because he got to get a hug.
Well, I don't know if it's because he's getting a hug. It's just like I was a good coach for him. Like it's a familiar face that he enjoys. And so today they creeped around the corner of the computers, and then I looked up and it was him, and I was like, oh my gosh, hi. Did you come over here I was like, can I have a hug? And he came and gave me a hug. I was like, did you come over here just to say hi to me? He was like, yeah. So the mom was like, yeah. He was like, he came in. He's like, where's Coach Kim?
Like, I need to talk to her.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I love my babies. Every time I see somebody that I've had before in class, I make sure I say hi. I give them a high five. If they want a hug, I'll give them a hug. Yeah. Sometimes I'll play with them. But yeah.
That's good though. Cause
pretty affectionate.
That's really good. I mean, because honestly, like some kids probably like need that. Like I probably would have really appreciated that when I was younger. I wasn't. It's not to sound like a sob story or anything. My parents were not bad. They just did not have that ability to give hugs and say I love you and stuff. I tell my mom I love you. Like in through text, I'll be like, okay, I love you. Like if we like are on a flight and I'm telling her we're boarding or whatever like that. Yeah, but to get off the phone is we don't say it when we get off the phone.
Think of it this way: it could be you never know when the last time you're gonna talk to.
For sure, absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes I do, but most times I don't. I just like, all right, well, I'll talk to you later. you know.
Try it next time. I want to see her react. I want to.
She'll be like, "Love you too." She'll say it back. I know she'll say it back for sure.
Okay.
But
just wondering what that reaction would be like. A pause. Like
no, she'll say it back immediately. There's no pause there. It's just she does not. It's just not within
natural,
her wheelhouse to. Yeah, it's not natural. That's a good way to put it. This show is over. I need some cabbage in my life. That's nope. I don't know where that came from.
What? It's just skin.
I know. Can we close the show out, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't have anything.
All right. And we gonna skip, take it or leave it, because I want some stuffed cabbage and we gotta go to the store.
Okay.
So until next time, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Peace.
She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest. Body so bad when she undressed. Does you